Good afternoon. I'm Tim Shriver, and I really wish I could be with you on this incredibly important day. It's a day so critical to the future of children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, to their families, to everyone they touch, to all of us. The arc of Indiana's campaign, Building Pathways to Empowerment, has been taking a much-needed fresh look at programs and services for this oft-neglected population. I congratulate you on the dynamic outcome of that hard work. I congratulate you on the blueprint for change. It's a bold plan. It shows the way to start making transformational change, not just incremental and baby step change, but big change, and shows us how to start making that change today. The blueprint for change says something very important. It says the change starts with families and with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities themselves. That this change must be led by them, by people, not by government or by systems. It is, after all, always people who make the difference, always people who believe and see a way to make a difference. And then government, systems, leaders sometimes follow, but it starts with individual change makers. Some people say the larger political climate tells us that we're cynical as a country. We don't have big ideas. We don't believe in hope. That's all wrong. We know it today. The blueprint for change tells policymakers, invites taxpayers and other citizens to realize that our families, that our self-advocates, they do have big ideas. They do believe in building a better life. They do have a vision for the future. They do see this country as a place of hope, and they are willing and ready to work for it. In recent years, we in Special Olympics have taken a whole new look at how we see leadership. We've come to recognize, as I said recently, we're not an organization with a leader. We're an organization of leaders. Our athletes are our first and most important leaders. Our family members are critical, passionate leaders. Our volunteers, coaches, citizen leaders, healthcare leaders, educators, non-disabled young people, they are the agent of our future. And I think that's the same message being articulated by you in Indiana today. I think that what everyone needs to hear is that leaders at the citizen level are ready to act. And my job is to make sure I can convince you that you are that agent of change, that you don't have to wait for someone to tell you what to do, that you don't have to wonder what the answer is as though an expert held it. You, each of you, has that unique power to be an agent of inclusion, to act when you see an injustice, to believe in tolerance when others see hopelessness, to act in a way that says unity and community are your passions. It can be a small action, it can be a big action, but it is your action that others will note and become impassioned themselves. So now's the time to take the blueprint for change from a paper to actions, actions that can make a real and meaningful difference in the lives of people. I was pleased to be asked to be part of the original Big Minds group. I appreciated being able to offer a little bit of my own input, but I'm also even more pleased that Mike Furnish and Mary McClamrock of Special Olympics Indiana, two of our finest leaders, are with you today. Leaders from Best Buddies, Kiwanis, and of course, self-advocates and athlete leaders from Special Olympics Indiana and from throughout the state. We're all in this together. We are all leaders. The job of those of us who gather today is to unleash the leadership potential, the passion for change in others. In effect, our business is to give our business away. It's to say that we have a belief in the future that says inclusion is possible, and we want to give that vision to others so they can act on it and bring it to life. The Blueprint for Change says many wonderful things. It ends with a beautiful poem, The Low Road by Marge Piercy. It reads like this: it goes on one at a time. It starts when you care to act. It starts when you do it again after they said no. It starts when you say we and know what you mean. And each day you mean one more. As you set off on this work, I encourage you to be inspired by great leaders from the past, many in my own family who believed in asking others to care and to work hard to break down the walls of injustice. Dr. King, who invited people to a whole civil rights vision of the country. We too are warriors in that dignity revolution. It's a new and unique one. When we think of the power and passion of people with intellectual disabilities, we think of it as a dignity revolution, as breaking down every barrier to the dignity and possibility of every individual. As a country, as a state, we can do better than we've done. Don't wait for someone else to lead. Be the leader yourself. And the leader in you will help make a better future for all of us. Thanks again for letting me be part of this amazing journey with you. I look forward with great anticipation to joining you and to helping fulfill your vision for a more hopeful, inclusive, and dignified future. Thanks.